Alright, so today we'll be looking at trend lines following the previous video on tech chart. So these packages are the ones we're going to need. And the first thing we're going to make is a function to get these trend lines. So ideally, I just want to pass in the ticker. I'll get the historical data from Yahoo Finance, create a chart, a visual representation of the ticker and its history with the trend lines, and then I want to also get the values of the trend lines. So we'll start off with this function that we're going to build. Pass in the ticker. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is get the data, get symbols, ticker from 2019, 121, October was false. And then the next thing we're going to do, find the trend lines using this function, find T channel. We're going to pass in the data, and let's give it a try, see if that'll work. So get the data on the T channel, works. Now I want to extract the upper values of the channel and the lower ones. So we'll do that with this. So T channel, X lines, max lines for the upper. Round that to 2 decimal places. And copy this. And we'll do this with the min. For this next part, I just want to create a visual and then save it so I can look at it later. And we're going to do that by creating a theme. So we'll do chart theme. We'll change the up colors to green, down colors to red, and then we're going to do the borders, change those to black. Alright, so now I want to chart it. I only want to plot 1 year's worth of data. So I'll do that by doing system date minus years. So we're going to require Uber date. So basically from 2019, 5/27 till present. It's going to be our time range. And then for the name, I'll just paste the ticker name. And then for the theme, I'll use my theme. And I want to export it as a PDF. So this is my output folder. And I'll name it let me take a look. So I'll use today's date underscore and then the ticker .pdf as an extension. Save it on my desktop. Then I'll add width is 6, height 4, paper type, I'll use special. And then we'll print C1, which is our chart, and then close. So we'll give this a try. So this is what our chart looks like, but I want to add the trend lines. So what I'll do is add a couple lines here. So I'll retry this. Let's take a look at our output. Nice, so now we have our trend lines. Now let's change what happens when we don't limit the data here. So I'll use as far as I can go. Give it another go. So much better. I'm still showing just 1 year's worth of data, but since it has more data, it'll fit these trend lines in a better way. And as we see, it does. Now I just want to extract the values of the trend lines, and that's what we will be returning via this function. So for the close, just use so we'll just return the adjusted last data, return just the core data. So I want to extract the last value of the upper and lower trend lines. So we use max value, numeric, last, core data, max. That's for the max. This will be for the min. So we'll run these, close, max, min. We'll change this to numeric as well. Let's round this to 2 decimal places. Now I want to get the distances between the trend lines and the closing price as a percentage. So the distance next, I just want to combine everything. By using cbind, go to the close, max value, max distance, min value, min distance, ticker, and then we'll do today's date. We'll do strings as factors, false. This is what our data is going to look like. Let's change the column names. So the first variable is the close. Second is resistance. Next is percent to resistance. Support, percentage to support, ticker, and then date. And finally, just return this data. Alright, so seems to have worked. Let's delete everything in our global environment. We'll run this function to get trend line for Tesla. Alright, let's take a look. Great. So we see this triangle here. Zoom in a little bit. So here it's saying that the closing price was 818.87. Resistance is 841, which seems about right. Percentage to resistance, almost 3%. Support value is 702.34, which is right about here. And we're currently trading almost 17% higher. And then you could save these values and then update them daily, and then you have visual representation of this trend channel. And in the future, you could possibly create a strategy where we find these trend lines and then we could play the breakouts, but we'll do that in further videos. All right, guys, so as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.